Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I want to share with you how to create the greatest life possible and how you can have the most incredible human experience possible during your stay here. And so first I kind of want to go over briefly sort of what life is and what you are, just so that way you can have an understanding of this, because if you don't really understand this very clearly, then it's going to be hard to figure out what your purpose is and to have the greatest life possible if you don't really even understand life or yourself. So the first thing that I'd like to say is that most people are identified with their body, and they think that this is me, this is who I am, my body is mine, and this is just the person that I am. And that's not really who you authentically are. Your body is not you. Your body is made up of trillions of individual cells and enzymes and different trillions of bacteria that are all making up this sort of this structure, this body. And so to say that you are your body is to say that you are trillions and trillions of different cells and bacteria. And is that true? Are you every single one of your different cells that make up the body? And are you the one that pumps your heart? And are you the one that circulates your blood? And are you the one that digests your food? Is that you doing that? And the answer is no, that's not actually you. That is the biological and physiological function of trillions of different cells that make up this body. And they would be happening with or without you being here. Even your breathing. Yes, we are one of the few animals that has the ability to control our breathing, but for most people living on the planet, their breathing is unconscious almost all the time. They don't ever think about their breathing, and so it happens with or without them really having to be there. So this body is not who you are. It's just something that you feel identified with because you are in this reality, in this human experience, and you're seeing reality through a very filtered lens by the ego. You're seeing reality from the mind, which is incredibly filtered and does not show reality for what it actually is. It's impossible to comprehend what truly is, and so this is just a way that we can have a human experience here and be able to comprehend what we're seeing and hearing and things like that. But that's basically all just an illusion. Everything on the planet is one. It's all from one source, and there is no individuality. It's all the same. It's just that we think there's individuality because of this egoic mind that divides everything. And so that's the next thing, is that you're not your mind either. You're not your thoughts. Your thoughts are just random sort of happenings. It's rare that you are the one who is actually thinking. It's more like thoughts are sort of happening to you, and they're for the most part uncontrollable. And it's just not a part of who you are. It's the ego trying to survive and trying to get you to identify with the mind, so that way you think that you are the mind and that you are your thoughts. And I have more videos, and I'll have more blogs and things like that going more in depth into this. So if you're curious about what I'm saying, or if you don't fully understand exactly what I'm talking about, then go check out some of my other videos that talk more about it. But right now I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to get into how to create an amazing life for yourself. And so you can kind of think of life as just sort of a big game. Everything is one. These bodies and minds aren't who we truly are. This reality is a total illusion. And so we're here for a brief time, just to have this small human experience, and so just take it as a game. Don't take it too seriously. You know, do what you'd like. I know it can be tough in a society that does not support your your dreams and your wants, and we've totally gone off from nature and how we're supposed to be living, and there's a lot of corruption in the world right now. But if you can take it lightheartedly and not so seriously, and the first step into having a good life is realizing that, you know, nothing is really that serious, and that it's all kind of an illusion, and that you're free to do whatever you'd like. But because people are so identified with their thoughts and their body and their personality and their role that they're playing with in society and in the world, you know, they just get caught up in the seriousness of life, and it doesn't make for a very pleasant human experience. And they're always thinking about the past and the future, and how the past has hurt them, and how maybe they're not going to be good enough for the future, or they're always striving for something new in the future and never really living, because what you are is the source of all life. You are life itself, kind of manifesting itself in this body. And if you're totally identified with the body and the mind, then you're not going to be able to truly be your authentic self and be who you really are, because what you are is life. And if you're always thinking about the past and future, then you'll never be living the life you want, because life is only in the present moment. Life is right now. And Eckhart Tolle said something like, you know, life is not about mastering anything or having mastery over anything, but it's about finding the balance between being present and also having this human experience. He said, finding the balance between human and being. So although we are life and we have the most pleasant experiences when we're in the now and connected with the source, you know, we're also in this human experience where we can kind of have fun and do whatever we'd like, and travel and learn and do new things. And so I find that a great life is when you can have all these human experiences, and just do what you're doing, but always in the background being present and being aware of what's going on and being connected to the source. And you know, I'm not saying that you have to go out and meditate every hour of the day and become some kind of Zen monk to have the greatest life possible, but if you can get that connectedness and you can become more and more aware, then you'll find that your life will be completely enhanced at every aspect. You know, your mental clarity will be improved, your physical body will be light, and you'll start to feel a lot less pain and seriousness and heaviness. Every action and movement that you make will look flawless and beautiful, and you know, you'll just have a great aura about you. And if you're always in the now, then you're always at that state of peace, and always able to do what's right without even having to think about it. You just are life, and you just let life take over and flow through you, and that's when you find that you have the most peace and joy. And although we're here for a short time, and I say, you know, we should be living in the now, I don't want you to take it as, you know, living in the now like a lot of young people talk about today, where it's more like the YOLO lifestyle, where, you know, let's live it up today because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, and we've just got this one life, so let's go out and party and drink and you know, eat whatever we want, because those are all just, that's not living, that's escaping life. that is being so unsatisfied with your life that you now have to go and find escapes for it. These things are only depressants and they're only things that will suppress your true authenticity and your true being, and they will never get you to be the best that you can be. But since we live in a society where most people have to kind of fall in line, and most people think that working 9 to 5 is the only way they can survive, and you know, there's so much struggle that, you know, people want an escape. They don't want to face the reality of their life, and so they go to the drugs and alcohol and cooked food and any avenue that they can find to escape the present and escape who they are. And so although you can go party it up and have fun that way, it will always be destructive, and you'll never have a truly great life, because you'll keep becoming more and more disconnected. You'll never be connected in the way that will provide you with the most joy and happiness. You'll never get to experience the highest points in life. It'll just always be this escape that you're trying to get to, and in the end it's just going to cause suffering and pain, and it's going to cause more thought and ego, and it's just going to continue the cycle of hurt, and you'll never be able to live fully that way. And unhappiness really is only a state of mind. It's just the ego, and it happens because you are attached and you're not letting go of, you know, either your thoughts and your mind or your body, and you're not letting go of the past, and you're not letting go of the future, and you're not able to just live life in the present moment and be authentic. You know, it's impossible to be unhappy without an unhappy story. Unhappiness is just a story that you tell yourself, or that your ego tries to get you to identify with, and tries to suck you in and be part of the drama. But if you realize that you're not your ego, you're not your thoughts, and you're not this body, then it's a little easier to not get sucked in, and to just kind of look at the thoughts that you're thinking, and sort of just be the witness to your thoughts, and just sort of laugh at what your ego is trying to do. Your ego is like a little child, always trying to, you know, get attention, doing whatever it can, you know, screaming and throwing tantrums and all that to get you to pay attention to it and identify with it. But if you can realize that you're not your ego, then it can be a lot easier to transcend that, and to start being more present, and to live life fully. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, for sure. And even if you do realize these things, a lot of the time it's still very hard to get past it, and in certain moments you forget, and it's hard to stay present all the time. But there is a way that will enhance your presence at all times and make life so much more enjoyable, and to never be sick again, and to have mental clarity like you've never felt before. And that's with raw foods, and specifically fruitarianism. You know, fruits are just the purest source of food on the planet, the most high vibrational. And you know, you're an anthropod, which makes you a frugivorous species, which means fruit is your natural food source, your natural primary food source, and it's what's going to raise you to the highest level possible. It's the easiest to digest, and it just provides everything that your body needs. And what that's going to do is it's going to free up energy for mental clarity, and energy for physical strength and physical endurance, and it's going to create energy for healing the body. And you know, every animal on the planet eats raw foods. We're the only one who cooks and destroys and mutilates our food with, you know, fire and heat, and it's really caused a lot of suffering and pain, and a lot of enhanced egos because of cooking our food. And so if you really want to get back to clarity, and to becoming connected with the source, and having the greatest life possible, and being present, then you have got to get back to nature, and to eating cooked foods the way that nature designed for us. fruit being the greatest source on the planet. I know it can be tough to want to meditate and to want to be mindful and you know, to want to do these practices, but I'm telling you, if you're on raw food and you're eating a high fruit diet, these things will become easy and you'll want to do them, and you'll have such a heightened awareness, and your body will feel so good that these things will become very pleasant to do, and it's just going to raise your awareness even more. So if you just get on the raw foods and the fruit, then it's going to enhance your life automatically without you having to do all these different things. It's just going to free up space and energy inside of you to enhance your life at the highest level. So definitely get on the fruit, get on the raw food, and you know, just work on becoming a little more present and a little more aware, and learn to let go every day of whatever it is that's got you down. You know, like I said, unhappiness is a mindset. It's just a story that you tell yourself, and realizing that is the best way to transcend it, and also getting on the pure raw foods. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will talk with you guys in the next one.